Welcome back to another Xcom video, and I think today, we're just gonna try to get farther in the game, Gotta go on the bridge, gotta do the
Commander,
stuff.
we have a lead on the alien black site, but we'll have to rely on the local resistance to actually get us into the facility.
That's not
We should try to make contact with their forces in the region as soon as possible.
investigate
It's the only
this.
way we're going to find out what's behind this so-called Avatar project.
Oh, jeez. What is this? Oh, shoot. Oh, what is this?
So much of my own research based upon this simple design. If only I had known. Ah, Commander, excellent timing.
Why, hello
There's
there.
been some progress. I've managed to break down several key components of the chip implanted into your skull. My analysis reveals that its primary function was that of a conduit, passing a vast amount of data directly to your cerebral cortex. With the primary connection severed, much of that data is lost. Several fragments do remain, however. Ghosts, if you will. Observe. Tactical combat simulations. War games. The sheer volume of encounters you were processing was astounding. It is truly remarkable that you survived as long as you did.
Thank you.
Though this may seem disconcerting, there is still some good news. This chip bears a striking resemblance to a medical implant I briefly assisted in developing at the gene therapy clinic in New Providence.
Okay.
My understanding was that the implants were intended for high-ranking Advent officers only, captains or above. Retrieving a chip from such an officer would be the only
That's
way to
gonna
know
suck.
for certain. A greater understanding of these implants would undoubtedly benefit us all, Commander.
Okay. Bet.
New objective added.
Okay.
The Advent officers have clearly been modified to allow for their subordinates to receive new orders psionically. The implanted chip is the key.
7 days.
I will send word as soon as we have something of note.
Because we gotta communicate to get to that black site. And also we need an engineer. So we need an engineer. Please. Oh, E-room. Okay. I think infirmary strictly assistant. Are we able to clear this out? No, we don't have a good enough engineer that's ready. Okay, come on. Just let me...
You are too trusting, John. The skirmishers are Advent.
Alrighty.
Advent is the enemy. The enemy is food.
Try not to bring that up when we meet, Volk.
You take their side after all we've seen these years.
Look, I'm not exactly having drinks with them, but they did hold up their end of the bargain. What about you?
Wait and see. Volk out.
Oh, that guy
Actually
seems like
think they
he
might
means,
show up.
he means business.
Commander, that was Konstantin Volokov, Volk to his friends. He and his Reapers are a big part of the reason why you're standing here today.
Nice.
Volk may be a little rough around the edges, but he's the real deal. Heads one of 3 resistance groups operating independently from us that we consider a legitimate threat to Advent. Together, they'd make one hell of a fighting force. Too bad they hate each other. Still,
Come on, guys.
we've made some unlikely progress. Volk's Reapers may have found you, but they weren't acting alone. They were tipped off by a group of Advent defectors known as the Skirmishers. No one's big on working with these guys, knowing where they came from. But you wouldn't be here without their help. Both the Reapers and the Skirmishers have agreed to suspend hostilities provided you serve as the go-between.
Alrighty.
Trust doesn't come easy between these two, so we're heading for a nice quiet spot on neutral ground. Even so, let's not take any chances.
No
Intel on this area is weak, and we're picking up strange chatter on comms. Not to mention we're ending a decade-long blood feud today. I'd advise our soldiers to be fully prepared before we deploy on this one, Commander. Good luck.
Okay.
If you've got the time, we have a little bit of a situation here that could benefit from your help.
Not sure how long our contacts are going to wait for us, Commander. So I'd recommend we proceed as soon as possible. All available soldiers are standing by to deploy. Each faction has agreed to allow a two-person squad to escort them to the rendezvous point. Hopefully that should be enough to keep them from killing each other. We've got a temporary ceasefire in place for the duration of the meet, but still, that doesn't mean we shouldn't be ready for anything.
Deploy.
Squad green to deploy.
Begin mission. Oh, jeez. Okay, so we'll get a reprint, but I don't think we really get anything else. Okay. Okay. We've done this mission.
The Reapers and Skirmishers have been at each other's throats for years, so we're keeping the exact meeting points strictly need to know. You'll split into 2 squads, rendezvous with each faction.
Oh.
Proceed to the first set of coordinates. Firebrand and the second team will head to the next drop point.
Detecting increasing biological signatures in the area ahead.
Then I'd say we're in the right place. Stay sharp out there today, people. Just because this city was abandoned doesn't mean it's lifeless.
If you are hungry, there's more where that came from. Impressive reflexes, but unnecessary.
Stand down. We're all friends here.
You are safe here.
Hey, we got friends.
More so than you imagine. We shall see if the same holds true for these skirmishers of yours. Your presence already disturbs them. We must move quickly. My people will take care of this camp. Come.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Uploading the coordinates to the rendezvous point now. We've plotted the most direct route there. We don't know much about the skirmisher contact you'll be meeting other than his name. Mox.
Mox. Praetor Mox. His death squads wiped out entire camps of my people in the first years of the war. You would dare do this?
Pretty sure hands are bloody on both sides of this fight. That's the whole point of this intervention.
Reapers are born in the shadows, in the cold, harsh world that was waiting for us out there. We rely on stealth and long-range attacks. And our marksmen are unmatched by even the best Xcom has to offer.
Damaged and dormant all these years, these devices still emit trace elements of unstable radiation. I cannot fathom what they were like in their original function.
We were there, Doctor. You're better off having missed it.
Roger that.
Okay.
I am on the watch.
Yeah, wasps or zombies. They can really pile up on it. Yeah, look at those guys.
No more time for regret. We are not alone.
Those things, they still look like people.
What was human died years ago. Only the taint of the alien survives now. Where there is one, more will follow. You must not hesitate to destroy them.
These creatures' DNA has mutated well beyond what we would classify as human. Perhaps the result of long-term exposure to the alien radiation from those pods. Though why anyone would subject themselves to that, I cannot imagine.
When the governments fell, millions starved. Many fled to cities such as this to scavenge for food. They did not heed the warnings. creature's true strength lies in their numbers. As you can see, they fall easily. If we are careful with our shots, we will prevail.
Good riddance. Orders confirmed. On the move. Hostile neutralized. Running dry on ammo.
The only thing possible for aliens. I am trusting you.
Affirmative, covering now.
There shouldn't be too many more lost.
Come on, focus!
We are known to them. My people have encountered these beings before. At first, they may appear mindless, but they hear quite well. In great numbers, they can be very deadly.
Target eliminated.
No time to spare.
Wait. We need to check. We need to check where we need to go. Okay. We should be able to take them.
Location confirmed.
Overwatch.
This should be easy.
An entire city of our own people left to turn into these things.
Yes. All we can offer them now is a merciful death.
Okay, these. Unless there's like an advent soldiers, like there.
My life is in your hands.
It is in your hands, actually. Good shot.
For the Reapers!
Good shot.
My ammunition is nearly depleted. Return to your guards. I cannot
Give me time to reload.
Yeah, reload.
Rolling. Scanning.
Will they run towards us? Oh, you missed.
It's still moving.
Because they only have one towards you, and it'll be
These creatures are worse even than Advent.
whatever will I do?
They have no cause, no fear. They simply exist. If we do not defeat the aliens soon, we will become little more than they are.
No longer a threat. I'm running low on ammo. Heading to that location.
Then we can reload your ammo, my guy.
Back in.
Got it.
Okay, we're almost there.
Volk says I am to obey. I'll watch closely.
Should not really be anybody lost.
We risk all this for pray tell Mox? If he is not what you say he is, I shall kill him myself.
Looking forward to this meeting already.
Okay, there's a couple lost.
Extraction point is close, but looks like these things don't want to make it easy for you.
We will make it your pet Advent in time.
Affirmative. Moving out.